Okay, for my subscribers, I'm on lots of other sites right now. I'm on this site called Tumblr, and I have like over 26,000 followers there. I'm on the site called Google Buzz. I have over 4,000 followers there. I'm on Facebook, right? And I'm on Facebook because there's a bunch of other people on Facebook. I mean, Facebook is a kind of a shitty little site. I have no idea why so many people are on Facebook, but I'm on Facebook. And various other sites, but those are the three main ones for now. Oh, and I also have my Ning site. And I've determined that those sites will be a more productive medium in advancing what it is I want to advance, and that YouTube is not really an effective propaganda medium for two main reasons. One is that there's no barrier to entry on YouTube. That is, anyone can make a YouTube account and start making videos and get a bunch of people interested in what this person has to say. All you have to do is aggressively, sarcastically, and boisterously reinforce what people already believe, and you'll get a big old following on YouTube. It's not that you won't get as much of a following on a blog acting that way. Also, I think the people attracted to YouTube are people who are not systematic in thought. Because when you have text, you can go through, and you can go through sequentially, and if you lose track, you can always go back. And it's true, you can rewind a YouTube video, but it's a pain in the butt. It's much easier to comb over a text post than it is to comb over a video post. You can quote text and respond, quote, respond, quote, respond, and you can go through an entire text thing very easily. Whereas a YouTube video, it's a significant editing job to go through it like that. But anyway, so what I want to do on YouTube at this point is just respond to a lot of the crap, and then maybe I'll systematically go through a bunch of X Omniverse, Brainpolice, and Aaron 0883 videos. But I really have no other goals on YouTube. Maybe I'll repost some ideological videos, but for right now, that's not the plan. Okay, first, the history with Brainpolice. Before coming onto YouTube, I'd gone through. I'd been a Marxist, but then I read the Communist Manifesto, and I called myself like I just was like a run-of-the-mill state interventionist kind of guy. I was just like a generic ad hoc big government kind of guy. Then I, became enamored with libertarianism, became a libertarian. Then I had a little phase in which I was a Republican for like 4 months or something. That didn't last very long. Then I was a libertarian again. Then I came onto YouTube in September. From September to December, I was basically a libertarian. And then from December to February, I called myself a white nationalist. So it was 3 months there. And then from February to May of 2008, I called myself a Confederal Socialist. So 3 months again. From May 2008 to June 2009, I called myself a market anarchist. And from June 2009 to now, I just call myself an anti-statist because anarchist doesn't mean anything, and it's simple. It simply explains what I am against, right? That is the state. What is the state? Well, if I can go into that. Now, in February 5th, 2009, Brainpolice made a video claiming that I was secretly trying to advance white nationalism through anarchism. And his evidence for this is my posting of an article from another website which I critiqued. It was an article called Modern Day Mass Hysteria. Brainpolice, in the video, quote-mined the worst quotes from the article, proclaimed that I supported all of them, repeatedly saying, Stodel supports this, Stodel agrees with this, all through the video, and all while omitting my critique. He omitted not only did he omit my critique, but he omitted the fact that I had written a critique. And if you don't believe me, you can go see the video, right? And the link to that video is in the description. And what was stunning to me and what kind of turned me on to the mentality of the YouTube community was that nobody bothered to fact check Brain Police at the time. Similar thing happened with Fake Sagan saying that I dropped Alex Strekal's name, which is not true. Alex has dropped his name all over the internet, all over forums. His Facebook account is named Alex Strekal. He had it on his on the front of his YouTube page for a while, then he decided to take it down. So that, I mean, that was a lie. But of course, nobody bothered to fact check that, and they just presumed that I was dropping Alex Strekal's name when really he had dropped it himself, far more than I ever have. Okay. And Brain Police claims he did this, that he made this video because my transition from white nationalism to anarchism was so sudden. Right? It was so sudden. It was like right away that I went from white nationalist to anarchist. And this is a lie. Now, I had stopped calling myself a white nationalist in February of 2008. And I call myself a market anarchist in May of 2008. So I had been calling myself a market anarchist for 9 months before Brain Police made that video. The transition was not sudden. It wasn't even white nationalist to anarchist. In between the two, I had made up my own little ideology called Confederal Socialism, which is just ultra-localism. And no, it doesn't have to do with the Confederate States of America. It was about the confederalization of government powers as opposed to federalization. So even if you ignore the huge amount of time I had spent as a market anarchist, the charge that I was secretly trying to advance white nationalism through anarchism doesn't make sense given the 3 months I had spent calling myself a Confederal Socialist. I would also follow Brain Police into stick-am rooms all the time, and I had repeatedly explained this to him. So there was no way Brain Police didn't know. Brain Police knew what he was saying, and he knew that he was lying. And just coincidentally, I mean, he says there's no connection, but he made this video right after my account had passed his account in YouTube subscribers. Brain Police also misstated the argument of Mr. 1001 Nights when he was arguing with Mr. 1001 Nights about using the state, but who cares? Mr. 1001 Nights is a piece of shit anyway. But more importantly, Brain Police also misstated the Austrian method on economics. I don't know if he was lying about them or if he's just a dumbass. I mean, he spent months at the Mises Institute on the forums and reading stuff. So my guess is he's just a dumbass on that. But either way, I'll go through and try to undo some of the damage that Brain Police's untruths on that have done as well. I mean, and I don't know if he's lying or not, but I do know that they are not true, his critique of Austrian economics. That's the end of this video.